Morning everyone, it's Sunday, October the 18th, 2015, and we're here on a beautiful morning. It's a fairly crisp morning, and right now it's about 4 or 5 degrees on a Sunday Nova Scotia morning in Annapolis County. And today I am going to be doing some tilling in my field. I'll show you. We're getting ready to plow garlic today. So this green part of the field here, and there's a spot over there, and there's a spot behind us, as well as the onions that I harvested last week. Those all have to be tilled. Well, no, sorry. I'm just going to be tilling the ones where the garlic's going to be planted, as well as I'm going to be tilling right over here where I flail mowed the last time. That was kale, and then I have some deep purple onion that I'll be tilling under as well, and probably be putting some fall rye in that area because they were not seeded with fall rye. So I'm going to be going through the process, and you'll be able to watch how it's done. Later my sons will come out and they'll help me to plant the garlic, and we'll show you how that's done. So you see I brought out my Grillo two-wheel tractor, and I put the tiller attachment onto it. There's a different kind of attachment that is recommended for market gardens, and that is a vertical tine tiller, which they say disturbs, it doesn't create hard pan on the bottom, and it doesn't disturb the soil as much, and better for the worms and things of that nature. But it's quite costly. That'll probably be my next purchase, but that's down the line a little bit, and until I can put some more money into it. So what I'm going to do, you'll see I will till the aisles here, and as I go through that process, you'll see how well this tiller actually works, and you'll see it in other videos as well. And I got 2 different sets of gloves on because the other side to this I left on the job site, and this is just in my truck. So you're probably wondering, well, how come you're wearing different clothes all of a sudden? Well, while I was going inside getting the seed, I was kind of wet to the bone because of I was sweating a little too much, and so I just decided to change. Yeah, it's still October the 18th, and we're still going to plant garlic. So when I was getting the seed, Siberian garlic, separate bulbs into cloves, and plant 2 inches deep in soil with good drainage and high organic matter. And that's exactly what I've got. Full sun, yep. Space 4 inches apart in rows 12 inches apart. So I'm going to change the row spacing a little bit. I'm keeping my beds to 30-inch beds, which is a standard that was created by, I forget his name. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep it 4 to 6 inches from the edge. So if I take that, that leaves me 22 inches, which I actually have to put my rows in. And so at 22 inches, spread it in half, that's 11 inches apart. So if I do it that way, then the rows won't be too close to the edge of the bed, and that'll leave me room for any other pieces of equipment that I have to bring in. My walking rows are about 18 inches apart, some a little bit less, some a little bit more, but that's about the average, around 18 inches, and that's what they recommend as well when you're actually developing these market gardens. And it has to do with walking, it has to do with bringing your carts in and out, and also just room so that you can work in the beds. So that's what's going to be the planting, and right now you're going to see me actually create those rows. So rows are not difficult to create. I'll create 3 of them, and I'm just going to use the edge of the rake. That's all it is, and you'll see me, and it'll be 1.5, 2 inches deep, and we'll make some nice rows. And by the time those are ready, I'm going to call my boys out. Well, one of my boys is on the tractor, so he's just goofing around on the tractor. So then I'll call them, and I'll plant garlic. I got a press to do that. So I've got one more row to put in, and looks like I could have went a little bit closer when you're actually doing it. Looks farther apart than it is, or rather closer than it is. But I could have put those rows a little closer together. One more row here, and then we're going to go to the other side there. into the other bed, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So, you know, you don't even have to go through this procedure. What you could do is take the clove, this little clove here, and you can just press it into the soil. Here we go. That create that microcosm of a rich environment for vegetables and fruits to grow. I calculated my row spacing and my spacing in between the garlic, and I have 6 rows in total, 3 in each bed. The beds are approximately 70 feet in length, so I multiplied that 70 feet times 6, which is the amount of rows that I have, and excuse me, that gave me 420 feet. I multiplied that by 12 and it came to a little over 5,000 inches. So I divided it by 4, and I would need 4 inches, and I would need over 1,200 cloves of garlic, and I don't have that much. So I'm going to space them every 6 inches, and that's closer to the amount of garlic cloves that I actually have, which I think comes to around 840 cloves of garlic. So that's what I'm going to space them at, and it should work out perfect as far as planting and growth. And next year, what I'll do, I'll plant them, I'll order more garlic. What I think I'm going to do, I'll basically save 10 to 12% of my cloves, and I will replant those so that I don't have to purchase. So the idea is basically a tithe, or a 10% of what I put in is what I'll get 10 times the amount back. So that's the idea.